Hello, everyone. It is the Eye of Ra. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Saturday. I woke up early by the grace of the Most High. Thank you for showing me favor to see this day. Yeah, it's been quite interesting thus far, but not in a terrible way, in a good way, of course. It looked like it's going to be raining in just a little bit. I see a little drizzle on the window there. But we'll take the rain, just not, anything that's very torrential. So anyway, the Holy Spirit was just bringing something to my attention that might be helpful to someone else. If they should happen to run across this video, and if you feel like something just isn't right, you just don't feel comfortable, because I believe in this day and time in 2025, because it is the 15th of November 2025, Saturday, right? I just believe that the Spirit, for those who want something better, who have a calling on their life, which we all do, but those who choose or seek to do better and they want better, they don't want the same thing that they've been doing because it has been unproductive, or it has not given them the outcome that has shown any favorable level up, right? And some people have obtained a favorable level up by doing wrong, as we know. As we see in life, some people do obtain a level up by doing wrong. However, me, myself, and I choose not to go that route, because in the end, I do believe in that saying, and I know a lot of people say, the Bible was given to ancestors that look like me, melanated ancestors, to make them docile. However, I do realize when I read it that there are some things that are literally playing out in today's time. So there are some truth, or there is truth in there if you just put it in the right perspective. If you, just like anything else, if it does not apply to your life situation, then don't let it get down into your frame to cause you to become disengaged, be out of character, or whatever. Just, because there are things in there that is very much happening now. And it doesn't matter if they say, Michael, the one that they say was a gay man, wrote the Bible. Well, we know that even when you're out and about, the Most High could use anyone or anything to snap us, back into shape, to let you know that, okay, I see you. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I want you to do to keep yourself safe, because everybody's some things are unified and some things aren't. That's why I say some people blessings are more than others. Nevertheless, he did not say that you had to stop at trying to get what you want in the right manner, that is. So, I was just thinking about situations such as myself, a copycat situation, a high stakes robbery of somebody's purpose or destiny, a spiritual warfare done with dark sorcery and witchcraft, because you have to be dark to call Yahweh Signu a liar, to take something from someone else so that you could claim it for yourself, or to even try to take a life so that you can obtain their life, their assets, their things, due to strong mind manipulation and witchcraft, which is very real. Some use it for good and some don't. And I have had in my lifetime, since from the womb, people use it to harm me for my detriment. So now I was just thinking about how all of this was fabricated. Is that the right word I want to use? How it was implemented over my life as a child, even if I were possibly stolen from somewhere or kept from another parent because the mother figure was duped by the male person who did not want her, or went on to be with someone else, but possibly would have been intrigued to take care of the child. But you know how some scorned women are. They're very delulu. Been there, done that. Thank God for waking up, right? Anyway, as I see it, the parental figure, they will, make you believe. I mean, if they had you from a little child, quite naturally, you will believe in them because you're a child. You're looking for that nurturing, that instilling of growing up to become an adult, to become productive. But if you're around someone who is definitely after something that you possess, they will give you the worst case scenario of being a parental figure, because they want you to go down the wrong path, not the right path, so that they can conquer and succeed in doing what they have done or trying to accomplish. Like with my life story. And they will keep you in constant trauma so they can see which triggers they could use when they're using their dark sorcery to obtain conquering you, to manipulate you to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. but because they know your trauma, your triggers, that they themselves had introduced to you so they can know how to manipulate you to put you back in their place of control. So that has happened to me, and that I'm so grateful to the Most High that the Most High is blocking and stopping that from known and unknown suspects who are trying to do that to me. Now, they also would then pay people to come and befriend you, even in elementary, middle school, high school. Well, there's no more middle school, but it was back then when I was in grade school. To befriend you, to become their spies, to taunt you, to steal from you your ideas or what they see, to report back to the person who wants to know what's going on when you're not in their view, and where they cannot put cameras on you to watch you, because that also happens too, because, and then, more than likely as a child, they would do things to you and then take you to a doctor. And mind you, they already know what triggers you and how to gain control over a child. Wouldn't that be so easy? Because the child is a child still learning. So if the doctor sees something that they are saying, then, they possibly will concur with the parent who has manipulated the child to act in a manner that they ordinarily wouldn't act in. Or they could just pay the doctor, who is possibly corrupt, to concur with them to get a bribe that they must want, because I don't see ruining your career for something that you should be protecting a child from, not harming them with a parent, right? They will constantly keep tabs on you. They want to constantly keep eyes on you, like they're doing now with me. That's going to get them in a whole heap of trouble if there is truly an investigation. So then they want to send, once you get into the age of dating, if they're already listening to every conversation, watching you in your daily living, then they know about you and your partner. So if there's any weakness, they know your weakness, and they know how to trigger you with that, and they know somewhat of what you like. Again, my manipulation of what they want you to like so that they can entrap you in the end. So a lot of my male counterparts were sent, and now that I reflect on them, I will not entertain people like them, because they are not with my vibe at this particular time. And they may be with someone now, and that's good, cool and calm, I'm glad. But for the ones that's with someone and they still trying to block me from having someone, shame on you. And I call righteous judgment on you. May your love life be accursed for trying to curse mine, or prohibit, or block, or put a spell to try to block my love life. Okay? I call righteous judgment on you and your love life, that you will be loveless. That you will have a Decepticon come to you in a package that you cannot or will not refuse. Because you did that to me, so I'm returning it back to you. Right. With pinpoint accuracy to known and unknown, seen or unseen, whoever you are, wherever you are, I am talking to you. Leave people lives alone. If you are involved with somebody, that's your business, not what's going on inside another person's house. And if you are a deranged ex-lover, the operative word you need to pay attention to, you were X-O-U-T. Don't have my ancestors put U-O-U-T-I-N-T-H-E-G-R-O-U-D. Oh, G-R-O-U-N-D. Excuse me. Okay? Get out of my business. Take your witchcraft. May it return back to you. Every filthy communication and hateful thing you are projecting to me, may it go back to you. And be transmuted away from me, go back to you. Stick like glue. Stay out of my business. That's all you need to do. Period. Because nobody is interested in you anymore because you are X. And then on top of that, the X's that I know, I don't agree with anything that you are. And for sure, you have done some egregious things to me. So why in the world do you think I will open up my heart, my legs, or even want your presence around me? Make that make sense. Your spell work ain't spelling over here. So if you say come back to me, I want to stick you in your forehead like that rock stuck Goliath in his. Okay? So miss me with all that. Get lost and get out my business, because you will never come back here again. I can't express that enough. I said that so many times in so many videos. I want you to get lost. Actually, I could see a lot of you in a grave. That's how much I want you to get lost. So, by no means, I don't care about your secret society chanting over here. I rebuke you. I don't want what I do not want. I do not do what I do not want to do. That's old. I am made new in Yeshua HaMashiach, and you are not invited. As a matter of fact, no karmic that has ever did anything to me, including any of my lineage, you are not welcome in my direct zone or my energy. I am healing. I am moving forward. I am enjoying my space and time without, it was just total chaos around you people. Now, why would I want to mess up my peace? Peace is priceless. My life is priceless. And so is my time. So anybody trying to delay, block, and stop and hinder me, I also call righteous judgment. like the fig tree, like Yeshua did. You're not producing good fruit if you're over here trying to mess with my tree. So you might as well get, some weed killer and just DIE. Okay? So stay out of people's business. I know you know what that means. But if you don't do it, then so be it. My beautiful, wonderful ancestors and my beautiful, wonderful archangels of war. My legion of them, might I add. Yeah, let's continue. Now, then, if you have a place, if you're staying, you're staying somewhere, you work, so they know you're at work, these family members, because 9 times out of 10, if you're being attacked, it is someone close to you. The Bible speaks on that. They're always close to you. It's somebody that you know. And as I say that, the Holy Spirit brings to my remembrance mostly in every murder, there has been a interaction with someone related to that murder. But let's continue. So anyway, then your home life, they start running up your bills. Yeah. Whether or not you're with the mate that may be being manipulated by the family to go against their relationship with you. And child, if that be the case, I know some church people be like, well, just pray for them. And it is spiritual, yeah. But if they're of the darkness and they're that easily manipulative to be manipulated, they're weak. Either they don't have to build up or no. Anyway, let's move on. Then, in my case, with my ex, who's still stalking me, I don't know what for. Because one, you're a thief, you're a liar, and you're sick, and you have community body parts, and I've been celibate and clean, and you think I want you back in me? Boy, bye. Anyway, once you cannot afford to stay where you were staying at with your trifling mate, counterpart, spouse, maybe, then you have to move in with a family member that might be a jackal, which I had to do. Yeah, and he's after me too. And then, it's so funny. It's not funny. It's ironic that all of these people know one another, even from the person that I dated, my oldest child, father. All 4 of these men are down low. I don't know if it's because of the secret society. That's how they get down in this men group. I mean, I don't quite understand that, because some of you are married. And then we do have some silly women that will allow that because they have their own vices, or they're doing whatever it is that they do with people. But that's not for me. That's too much of somebody else intertwining with my body chemistry, which that's what my ex-husband did, trying to give it to another dog, a female dog, that is. Anyway, and then you still want to be in my energy, trying to block me after you are a thief, a robber, right? And an attempted murderer. Because that's what you're literally trying to do right now as I speak. So, anyway, I'm going to need for you to go ahead on about your business and think about your legal troubles. That's for all of you exes that are trying to do this to me and your counterparts too. Okay? I'm going to need for y'all to think about your legal troubles because you got some. And if you don't have any yet, they will be coming. And then if they don't come, my ancestors are here. And my legion of archangels. Okay? So, miss me with all your foolishness. Because I'm trying to move on. You keep trying to stay here. I want you, Gone, like indefinitely, like the fig tree. Anyway. So when you move in with the family member, right? Then the family member becomes needy. And then you might be like an empath or a given person like I and be deceived to try to help them. And then they deceive you by saying, oh, I will do this for you if you do this for me. And it'll be cushiony. You can get your rest and you can do as you please. So then if you do early retirement or you retire from your job or quit it because they made you promises, then once they get you like that, then they start implementing, which they already have started, the 48 laws of power in your life. So now you're like, your income is lowered and you're living with a diabolical psychopath who's also watching you doing extra rituals while you're asleep at night. They're up in the wee hours of the morning doing witchcraft on you. But you don't know that yet. This is what happened to me. And then, after your income is lowered, then they start doing more crazy things inside the household. You're knowing that you can't move because in your livelihood, there has just been a transition of a plague, like in 2020, that caused the cost of living to be detrimental to the lower class or anyone under middle class, which kind of knocked out the middle class. You either have some wealth or you don't. So now the person who is making money that's supposed to be sick that you're helping, then they start taking things that they promised from you away. Then they start to, if you're renting, they start to try to evict you like they did me. An apartment that, might I add, we got because I was working. And, but the whole thing of it is, if they're trying to steal something from you, if they're grudgeful, holding a revenge, these are some tactics that they may use to bring you to a demise. So, you get evicted. Now you're homeless. Hopefully you can have a car like I had a car, and hopefully it's all paid for. Mine was and is. But, you could run into things like it not working or something to that effect. And if they are using spell work and others to manipulate the daily flow of life. The daily flow of life meaning if you're looking for gainful employment so you can sustain yourself, or if you're trying to be an entrepreneur on your YouTube channel or your social media platform, or if you're trying to use Cash App, Venmo, start TikTok, Instagram, any social media platform or donation app, or what is that? The other app I cannot think of it, where people help, where you make somewhat of a plea for people to help you, and then they start contributing money to you. They block all of that from you because the whole idea, they are trying to end your life by indirectly affecting your life. You don't see them, but it is truly happening. They clone your phone. They pay people and with your phone being cloned, or they put trackers on your car, so wherever you are, whether city, state, or whatever, as long as you're in that car, they're right there with you. And then once they clone your phone, if I went to another country or whatever, they'll be right there too. So you would have to, just ditch everything known, including them. That's what I'm trying to do, right? So, I just don't understand why they keep emphatically trying to intrusively be in my life when I don't want you here. Period. You have lost your right mind, and until, the judicial system or the Most High touch down, I don't guess you will ever reach your full capacity of your right mind ever again, because you're too deep into your sinful ways that has caused you to not know right from wrong. So, after you're evicted, if you are someone that has been stolen as a child and they know that you are money, or your real parents have left you money, or you come from money, then this is why they would like to destiny swap, or they are treating you like this in a manner that you're like, why is this happening? Yeah. Someone's jealous and they want what you have, or they like what they see in you that you don't yet see in yourself. I know I must be important because I have a whole lot of people interested in what I am and what I possess. But let me let you on a little Q-tip. I reclaim all my power, all my God code DNA activation from conception, from Yahweh Signu himself, back to me, more pure and magnified, might I add, from known and unknown karmics. And may what you gave to me as a child, unbeknownst to me, and unintelligent to know that I am being cursed by you, I send all of your hexes, curses, voodoo, Santeria, voodoo dolls, anything that you have used from my birthing, may it be renounced, canceled, destroyed indefinitely, and transmuted when it comes to me, and returned to cinders, all of you. with pinpoint accuracy. My life is what Yahweh says it is. As above, I decree and declare it shall manifest below. And what you did to me, may Yahweh Sikhnu, who is the righteous judge, as above what he said you will acquire from doing this to me, I decree and declare it is manifesting below. Now, anyway, so once they make you homeless, they're enraged that you have not succumbed to the lies that they have smeared about your name or your character. Like you're on drugs, you're prostituting yourself, you don't know how to take care of yourself, you're crazy. And as we know, most people who come out here on the streets, if you're weak-willed, that's how we'll just put it, you will succumb to the failures of the streets. But because of the lie that these people have told on me, thank God that when I was working and wasn't in a vulnerable state, I didn't have any of those issues. A drinking habit, that ain't me. Drugs, that ain't me. I like right relationships, but I was in wrong relationships. So my love life, it wasn't really love. It was something toxic. So I've learned that. Thank God for that lesson learned, and thank God that I don't have herpes, HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea. I did get gonorrhea when I met my middle child's father, who possibly also is involved with this atrocities against me. Him and his wifey, no doubt, because, he had to start paying child support for a child that he learned was his, I think, around abouts when he was like 16, around about going on 17, 16, he had to start paying child support. Then lo and behold, he was getting ready to get into a new relationship and get married. So I don't know how that wife felt. I don't want to be taking care of somebody else's child. And then, I've already told y'all on another video how I believe my middle child was manipulated, who wanted to seek a career in rapping, was manipulated by many people older than him who lied to him to deceive me by deceiving himself out of a life that he could have obtained in a different manner. But no doubt, whatever it is with this life insurance fraud that these family members and others are into, including these exes, I call righteous judgment on you for putting my name, any of you, on any type of life insurance fraud where you thought, I don't even know how you thought that, when you know I'm not a drinker, you know I don't use drugs. Now, the only way I could have seen you achieving that is when you son that one with that HIV who did not give it to me, but that was the intention for me to succumb to a STD and the complications that come along with it. But that never happened either. So then they start using, when I was in apartments, energy weapons and poisoning my food. That's the other thing that you have to watch out for when you invite someone into your space, and your intimate space, meaning your home. I see a lot of people say, oh, I have the perfect roommate. I hope so. Because living with someone can be quite testy, and it could become dangerous if they have something else on their mental that you're unaware of, and you're going about your day thinking that that's a friend that you share a dwelling with, but the whole time they could be acting like Single White Female, the movie, the depiction of her character, whether you're a male or a female, they could be acting like that. So you have to be careful about those who start dressing like you, doing their hair like you, and you notice it. You better beware of that and listen to the words people speak, because they tell you in subliminals, in your windows. And I call my keen ability to do that back to me. That was something that my family saw in me and that they hated. Because I listen to every word you speak, and if I don't like it, I let you know. And then I dissect it on your ASS. So I call that back to me too. Because that's a great ability to have. And return to sender, Septuagint, in the spirit of Babel, to everyone who did that to me, with pinpoint accuracy. Now, let's see, I have some notes here. When that doesn't work, they pay others wherever you are to stop and harass you, which causes a problem for you obtaining gainful employment or right relationships that you can trust that could help you along your pathway and getting away from them. So, you're probably going to have to get law involved, and even if they ignore you, just go ahead and put the report in, and hopefully somebody will have a heart, and you pray about it, and you ask the Most High to send that ram in the bush for you in the law enforcement, because, like these ding-dongs don't get, and they show you in so many movies, and in life too. Deception begot deception. Love begots love. Whatsoever you dish out will also come back to you. And I seen someone do this, which it makes sense. When you do like this, they say how many fingers are pointing back at you, which is true. However, when you're speaking your truth, it doesn't matter if you're pointing, because the truth is and will always be. And this is my truth that I'm sharing with you, how it was done to me. That is going to be corrected, because thieves ought to be taken down. The universe knows this. And surely the Creator knows this. He has a time and place for everything. And it is time for the ones who have come after me, for you to feel the wrath of God, and for you to fall down and be exposed. I call righteous judgment for it to be so. I decree and declare that it is so. I don't deserve your abuse. I will no longer tolerate it. And I ask the Most High and my ascending masters and my ancestors who love me and want the best for me, and my legion of archangels, to address all of you on all timelines, dimensions, and realms. I send my force, my protection, to bring me justice and vindicate my name from you trying to take everything from me based on a lie. And how the Most High say he hates a lie, and how we know that a lie is very crucial and can cause a holy war, as we seen in Black Wall Street, as we seen in Emmett Till. A little boy lost his life because a grown woman who could have just simply left it at the counter in which the movie depicted and corrected him if she didn't like it, and then leave it alone. But no, like many of you, you already stole something from me, but then you don't know how to leave it alone. So, may the Most High show you yourself while you fall down in your own traps. Period. So, then they smear your name and they want you to succumb to homelessness like most homeless people do. They start using drugs and hanging out with people. I like to be alone because I don't like everybody like that. I like being alone for the time being because it's practical and it's safe. Now, once this is done and over, which it is going to be a conclusion, victory for me and judgment for you, I declare and decree it to be so, because God, Yahweh Siknu, is a just God. He see me and he see you. So therefore, whichever one is guilty of dark wrongness, then, you like Sodom and Gomorrah. Niggas. Anyway, let's continue. So if any of that should happen to work their game, where you DIE, then they just will erase you because they have evicted you so they could have all your life story, your medical files, whatever banking you did, whatever secret codes you had for your laptops, your phones, blah, 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 your pictures, your high school diploma or GED. They have all access to everything. They just don't have access to your soul, your spirit, or your time stamp in life because Yahweh Siknu dictates that. Not even your witchcraft does that. Return to sender to all those who try to offend me with it on all timelines, dimensions, and realms. If you did a death magic on me, return that back to you too. All of it. Whenever you did it. On all dimensions and realms, known and unknown, seen and unseen, return to sender. You don't get to level up while you try to watch me fall in your pit. I decree and declare the pit you dug for me is the one that you will fall in. Because I don't want it. I reject it. I don't deserve it. It is not mine. It is meant for you, and so shall it be. So, if you should happen to survive this, and the law enforcement do what they need to do, you need to thank the Most High definitely, and definitely every day that you live, thank Him over and over again and constantly reclaim all your power, essence, virtue, radiance, Cleanse your chakra of any foreign negative energies being projected to you. All evil eyes go blind and ear hustlers go deaf. And on all timelines, dimensions, and realms, let me complete that. I decree and declare as above, so below. Now, unlike with me, someone at some point in time inserted a neural link in me. My left eye just twitched, which is the left eye may have a camera in it to spy on me constantly. So that's why I don't know why the judicial system don't know anything what's going on and stop trying to implement me in stuff I don't know about or do. Anyway, this too shall pass, and it will, because everything has a time stamp. Everything. Especially if it's not of the light. So I call for a closure from every narc, every stalker, every delusional perpetrator who is trying to block, stop, hinder, level up on my good energy. That's mine. It's going to work for me and my family only. I thank you, Yahweh Signu, that you will cut them off from the throat down. That's my prayer to thee. Anyway, all I'm saying is you will no longer level up on my energy, on my God code activation. My Galactic Federation will see to that. I am no longer your project to be ducked with. I send them on the task to get rid of you. Now you can leave voluntarily or involuntarily. Get out of my way. Leave me alone. Give me back what belongs to me. Get out of my way of relationships, because I wouldn't dare do that to you. I love for people to succeed, because when I see you succeed, that means everything is possible if you truly do the work and believe. You don't have to believe in your witchcraft for stealing from somebody else to become somebody that you're not. Because that is going to fail, as we see in the little witchy movies. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all? And then at the end, we see her real color. Ooh, really? That part, that's what needs to happen to you all. Who did that? Even when it comes to Hollywood, okay? You up there singing with my voice, I'll call it back to me. You using my creativity, I call it back to me. From all timelines, dimensions, and realms. If you are a part of this cluster duck pyramid scheme, I call all my authenticity, my creativity back to me, including my beauty. Everything about me that Yahweh Signu from conception gave to the man and that woman who conceived me, I call it back to me on all timelines, dimensions, and realms. And whatever you dish to me negatively, return to sender with pinpoint accuracy. All of you. As above, so shall it be below. Now, Anybody who watched this film, as you hear me speak like that, you do that too, daily. Unknown, known, seen or unseen, get rid of those things, people, and places that you are unaware of, but then you have a funny feeling about some. You're talking about them. But you can just say no, no. Get rid of that. Stop it from the throat down. Okay? Now, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my day. Okay? And all you haters, you need to look in your own mirror. Get stuck in your own frame, because my frame, my mirror, my fate, my destiny, operative word, MY, niggas, my. Okay? I'm not coveting yours, and you would no longer covet mine.